All right, let's just jump right in. Today, we are going to demystify something that's a huge part of daily life in Japan, but can also be, well, a little confusing at first. Sorting your garbage. We'll be using the official guide from Matsuyama City to turn you into an absolute sorting pro.
Okay, let's be honest. Does this look a little familiar? You get to a new place, someone hands you this giant, colorful calendar, and you're just thinking, what am I even looking at? It's a wall of text and color, and yeah, it can be super intimidating.
But hey, if you've ever felt that way, you are definitely not alone. The great thing is, there's a really smart, logical system behind all this seeming madness. And that's exactly what we're going to do today, break it all down into easy, simple steps. So let's call this our trash challenge. But trust me, it is way easier than it sounds. By the time we're done here, you'll be looking at that calendar with total confidence, not confusion. Okay, so before we even touch a garbage bag, we have to talk about the ground rules. Think of these as the 4 golden rules for all garbage in Matsuyama. If you can get these down, you're already halfway there. Seriously. And this is so important. It's not just about what you're sorting, it's about everything else too. You have to put your trash out on the right day by a specific time in the exact designated spot, separated correctly, and, yep, even using the right kind of bag. If you miss one of these steps, you might come home to find your trash, well, still there. And nobody wants that. You know, there's this really beautiful idea that's at the heart of the entire system. It's the Japanese concept of Mottainai. It's this deep-seated cultural feeling of regret about wastefulness. This idea of appreciating our resources and not just tossing things away without a second thought. And this is how that spirit gets put into action. It's basically the 3 R's that we all know and love: reduce, reuse, recycle, but with a lot of cultural meaning behind them. So it's things like buying refills instead of whole new containers, refusing a plastic bag you don't really need, hitting up secondhand shops, and of course, recycling, but doing it the right way. Okay, foundations laid. Now for the fun part. Let's get into the nitty-gritty and talk about the categories you'll be dealing with pretty much every single day. First up, the big one, burnable garbage. On your calendar, this is your orange category. This is going to be your most frequent pickup, twice a week. We're talking things like food scraps, just make sure you drain them well, and also plastics that are not packaging. The 2 key things to remember here, it's an early start by 7 a.m., and you've got to use a standard clear bag. All right, next is plastic containers and packaging. This is the yellow category, and honestly, this is the one that trips a lot of people up. It's a once-a-week collection with an 8 a.m. deadline. So the million-dollar question is, what actually counts as a plastic container or packaging? Well, it really comes down to one simple thing. Look for the mark. See that little recycling symbol? If your plastic item, like a food tray, a shampoo bottle, a candy wrapper, has that symbol on it, it goes in the yellow bag category. If it's a plastic product, like a toy or a toothbrush, and it doesn't have that mark, that goes in with your burnable trash. Simple as that. Okay, I cannot stress this next part enough. It's absolutely crucial. You have to rinse all your containers before you put them in the bag. This is where that spirit of Mottainai really comes into play. If there's food residue left on the items, it can contaminate a whole batch of recycling, making it totally useless. A quick rinse is all it takes to make sure your efforts and everyone else's don't go to waste. Now let's talk about a very special member of the plastic family, PET bottles. These are mostly your drink bottles, and they get their own special pink category on the calendar. A couple of key differences here. The collection is less frequent, just twice a month, and pay attention to this, you need to use a white translucent bag, not the completely clear ones. Getting these ready for recycling is super easy. Just 2 steps. 1, twist off the cap and peel off that plastic label. By the way, those 2 things, they go in with your regular yellow bag plastics. And 2, just give the inside of the bottle a quick rinse. That's it. You're done. All right, so we've pretty much nailed the everyday stuff. But to truly become a garbage master, there are a few other important categories we need to meet. So let's get to know the rest of the crew. When it comes to paper, it's easy. You just need to remember one number, 4. Why 4? Because paper is split into 4 separate groups. You've got newspapers and flyers, waxed cartons, like for milk or juice, cardboard boxes, and then other paper like books and magazines. Now, the most important rule here, and this is a big one, is no bags. You have to bundle each of those 4 types separately and tie them up securely with string.
And here's a quick rundown of those other important categories. You've got metal and glass, that's your blue category, collected every 2 weeks. Then there's landfill trash, marked in purple. This is for things like broken ceramics or old batteries, and that's a monthly pickup. And finally, pay close attention to the gray category, mercury items. Things like fluorescent light bulbs or old thermometers are only collected quarterly, so you really have to check your calendar for those specific dates, because these items can be hazardous. So there you have it. You've got the rules, you've got the categories. You're basically a pro now. Let's just wrap this up by making sure you have all the tools you need to sort with total confidence. And look at that, we're right back where we started. But hopefully, this calendar doesn't look so scary anymore. Now it looks like what it actually is, your #1 tool for success. Keep this somewhere you can see it, like on your fridge. It has all the specific collection dates for your exact neighborhood. And hey, sometimes you're just going to be holding some weird item thinking, where on earth does this go? When that happens, the best advice is don't guess. The city provides excellent resources, from a detailed quick guide to the really helpful people at the Matsuyama International Center. They are there to help you out. So there you have it, the system, totally demystified. It really is all about following those 4 rules and getting to know your color codes. I'll leave you with one final thought, connecting it all back to that core philosophy. Now that you know the rules, what's one small change you'll make in your day-to-day to practice the spirit of Mottainai?